Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and give you the essential AI news you need.
Yeah, there's a lot happening. We've sifted through tech reports, research blogs, industry analysis, all sorts of things.
Our mission, as always, is to pull out the critical updates, save you time, and keep you informed on where AI is heading right now.
The pace is just incredible. Security, regulation, new tech. It's vital to keep up, so let's jump in.
Okay, first up, something pretty concerning on the security front. The Internet Watch Foundation released a report.
Oh, I saw that one. The numbers were shocking.
Yeah, a 380% jump in illegal AI-generated child sexual abuse imagery just this year. And the realism, apparently, is much higher now because of AI advances.
It's truly disturbing. That increased realism makes detection so much harder and really amplifies the potential harm. It forces a serious look at safeguards.
Definitely. And broadening out the security picture, Microsoft's cybersignals report had a warning too.
About AI lowering the bar for cybercriminals.
Exactly, making it easier for them to create sophisticated tools for fraud, online crime, things that used to require more technical skill.
Right. It sort of democratizes these malicious capabilities, doesn't
Right.
it? So you don't need to be a coding genius anymore to cause significant problems. Defenses really need to evolve fast.
And the scale is just massive. Akamai reported 311 billion web attacks in 2024.
311 billion. Wow.
And they're pointing fingers squarely at APIs as the main targets, mostly because AI is being integrated everywhere, which opens up vulnerabilities.
Well, APIs are the glue holding modern systems together, right? So
Yeah.
as AI gets plugged in, they become these really attractive attack surfaces. Securing them is becoming paramount.
On a more positive security note, though, there's some movement on the defense side. Terra Security just raised $8 million in seed funding.
Ah, yes, for their agentic AI penetration testing platform.
That's the one. The idea is to move beyond human testers following scripts. This AI could autonomously probe for weaknesses much more dynamically.
Precisely. It offers the potential for, continuous, automated, and maybe more thorough security testing than we can typically do now. An interesting development in defense.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit to governance and regulation. The EU's been busy.
Fines for big tech?
Yep. 500 million for Apple, 200 million for Meta, violating the new antitrust rules.
The EU isn't messing around with enforcement, clearly. They want to ensure a level playing field, even as these companies roll out more AI. Prevent stifling competition.
And over in the UK, there's a proposal for a collective licensing scheme.
For authors whose work is used in AI training data.
Correct. Trying to figure out how to compensate creators when their copyrighted material ends up feeding these massive models.
That's a huge global discussion. Finding a fair mechanism is a really critical challenge. This UK proposal is one attempt to tackle it.
Also, on the governance front, the AI Now Institute put out a report expressing some concern
About weakened AI safety frameworks.
Yeah, they're worried that industry influence is watering down safety measures, potentially posing risks even to national security.
That's a serious caution. Balancing innovation with safety is always tricky, especially when the push is coming so hard from industry itself.
And related to data governance, Confidential.io is apparently unveiling a new solution soon, aimed at preventing data leaks for enterprises using AI.
Makes sense. As companies adopt AI more, ensuring data privacy and compliance becomes even more complex. Tools like that will be needed.
All right, let's dive into the tech itself. Lots happening here. OpenAI made its upgraded image generator available via API.
Ah, the one that did those Ghibli-style photos and AI action figures in ChatGPT.
That's it. So now developers can build that capability directly into their own apps.
That should spark quite a bit of creativity, putting those advanced tools in more hands. Expect to see more AI-generated visuals popping up everywhere.
Then there's Microsoft's BitNet B1.58 2B4T. Quite a name.
Hey, yeah, the one-bit LLM, right. Though technically one trait.
Right. They claim it performs comparably to full precision models, but uses way less computation.
Which is potentially huge for efficiency, running powerful AI on, say, your phone or laptop without draining the battery or needing a supercomputer.
But the question is, are there trade-offs? Does that extreme compression lose some nuance or capability?
That's exactly the critical question. The efficiency gains sound amazing, but we need real-world tests to see if accuracy holds up across different complex tasks. Still, very exciting for accessibility.
Speaking of accessibility, Docker's got something new in preview, a model runner.
Aimed at making it easier to run LLMs locally.
Yeah, specifically for developers on macOS with Apple Silicon. Takes away some of the setup hassle.
That's a practical help. Running models locally speeds up development cycles quite a bit. Integrating it with Docker makes sense for many devs.
Google's also adding a feature to Gemini 2.5 Flash, AI reasoning control.
A thinking budget, how does that work?
Basically, developers can set limits on how much analysis the AI does, stops it from, overthinking simple problems and wasting compute resources.
Interesting. It acknowledges that sometimes these models can go overboard. Giving developers that control means more efficient, cost-effective applications. It's about optimizing resources.
OpenAI also dropped new models, O3 and a 4 Mini.
Supposedly very good at complex math, coding, science challenges.
That's the report, but there are also whispers about increased hallucination rates with these ones.
The classic trade-off. Pushing capabilities often bumps up against reliability. Impressive skills, yes, but that hallucination issue shows the ongoing challenge of making AI trustworthy.
OpenAI also released some GPT models specifically for developers.
Tailored for coding tasks.
Yeah, including improvements specifically aimed at front-end development.
Makes sense. Targeting developer productivity is a big market. Tools that streamline coding workflows are always in demand.
And Elon Musk's xAI launched Grok Studio.
A free AI workspace. What's included?
Code generation, Google Drive integration, and you can run scripts right in the browser.
A free integrated environment like that could definitely lower the barrier for people wanting to experiment or build with AI. Convenient.
ByteDance is also getting in on this. Their IDE, Trey, now lets users create custom AI agents.
Embedding AI creation tools right into the developer's workflow. Another sign of that trend. Custom agents could automate a lot of tedious tasks.
NVIDIA's pushing into agents too with their Nemo microservices.
Designed for enterprise integration.
Right.
And enhancing agents with data flywheels.
Exactly. It's focused on making agents practical and scalable in businesses, providing the infrastructure to build and maintain them effectively.
Okay, and what about open source in the agent space?
There's QA from Y Combinator, which released an open-source Docker container for computer use agents.
Docker containers make deployment easier. Open source is key for driving innovation and making this tech accessible.
And there's VoltAgent, an open-source TypeScript framework for building and orchestrating scalable agents.
Using TypeScript is smart, it's popular. A framework helps manage the complexity of building more sophisticated, scalable agents.
Also, Atla AI has this Atla MCP server. It provides a local interface to their LLM judge models.
Using the Model Context Protocol, MCP, what's the goal there?
Reliable evaluation of LLM outputs. MCP is like a standard language for these judge models to talk to each other and evaluate other AIs consistently.
Got it. Standardized evaluation is crucial for trust and quality control in LLM applications.
And some interesting research from Tsinghua University and Shanghai AI Lab on test time reinforcement learning, TTRL.
Letting LLMs learn from unlabeled data. That sounds significant.
It could be. If models can learn effectively without needing massive, expensive labeled datasets, it could make them much more adaptable and scalable.
A potential breakthrough for training, definitely.
One last tech bit. Physical intelligence introduced Pi 0.5.
Pi 0.5, what's that for?
It's an AI framework for real-time adaptive intelligence in physical systems. Think robotics, automation reacting instantly to their environment.
So moving beyond just digital applications, applying AI to make physical things smarter and more responsive. Big implications there.
Okay, let's switch to industry applications. Some big claims and interesting uses popping up. Google DeepMind CEO Demis Hassabis
Made that statement about AI potentially ending all diseases.
He did. It's incredibly ambitious, obviously.
Hugely ambitious.
Yeah.
But AI is accelerating drug discovery, improving diagnostics. Its potential in medicine is undeniable. Ending all disease is another level, though. Many factors beyond tech there.
True. Elsewhere, generative AI is apparently reshaping South Korea's webcomics industry.
Interesting case study. Shows how these tools are changing creative fields, giving artists new capabilities, maybe changing how content gets made and consumed.
And Virgin Atlantic launched an AI apprenticeship program.
Aimed at their non-tech workforce.
Yeah, to build AI fluency across the board. Shows that AI literacy isn't just for techies anymore. It's becoming essential everywhere.
Good move. Preparing the whole workforce for an AI-integrated future makes sense.
There's also funding news. Bagel AI raised $5.5 million.
For their platform bridging product and go-to-market teams.
That's right. Using AI to connect the dots between what's being built and how it's sold, improving alignment.
Sounds useful. Businesses need better ways to use data to connect those functions.
We're also seeing AI used in manufacturing for root cause analysis, causal AI specifically.
Right, so not just seeing a correlation like machine A overheats, quality drops, but finding the actual cause, the faulty sensor, the missed maintenance.
Exactly. It goes deeper, allowing for more effective fixes rather than just treating symptoms. Leads to better efficiency, better quality control.
Makes sense. And people are benchmarking different AI models for specific tasks, like invoice processing.
Yep. Comparing how well various AIs handle extracting data from invoices helps businesses choose the right tool for automating those workflows.
Practical comparisons like that are really valuable for adoption decisions.
There's also talk about generative UI for developers moving beyond just AI helping with design,
So AI actually generating user interfaces.
potentially automating large parts of UI development. Could really speed up prototyping and building software.
That could be a major shift in how interfaces are created.
And it seems IT leaders are convinced about AI agents. A report says 87% see them as key to competitive advantage.
Wow, 87%. That's overwhelming consensus. Shows how strategically important agents are becoming for automation, efficiency, innovation.
There's also this niche angle, how AI might prove its worth for hedge funds during trade wars.
By finding patterns in volatile markets, sifting through noise during uncertainty.
Pretty much. Analyzing vast data to spot risks or opportunities humans might miss when things are chaotic could give them a critical edge.
Interesting application in high-stakes finance.
And then there's this vibe coding trend.
Vibe coding, what's that?
Apparently, kids are using AI tools to help them code games and apps. Some are even skipping lunch because they're so engaged.
Kids skipping lunch to code with AI, that's unexpected, but fascinating.
Right. What does that signal about accessibility for the next generation?
It suggests AI is really lowering the barrier to entry for coding, making it more interactive, maybe more intuitive for learners who approach it differently. Very hands-on, AI-guided experimentation.
Meanwhile, in healthcare applications, the message remains consistent. Human oversight is crucial.
Absolutely. AI is a powerful tool for analysis, diagnosis support, but final patient care decisions. Still need qualified human judgment, considering the whole picture.
And remember that one-bit LLM from Microsoft? There's hope that tech like that could lead to efficient generative AI running on everyday CPUs.
Yeah, that would be a game changer. Bringing Gene AI to devices without needing powerful, expensive GPUs. Much wider accessibility.
Progress on agent interoperability, too. Google launched something called A2A.
Agent-to-agent communication.
Yes.
Oh.
Helping different AI agents from potentially different vendors talk to each other and coordinate. Important as more agents get deployed.
Definitely needed for building more complex integrated systems.
And Red Hat is focusing on open, smaller language models.
Prioritizing responsible, practical AI.
Seems to be the philosophy. Openness for scrutiny, smaller models for efficiency and specific use cases, maybe better control.
Makes sense. Addresses concerns about transparency and resource use.
AI in translation is also evolving, moving towards more collaboration between humans and AI.
Right. AI handles the bulk, maybe the first pass, but humans provide the nuance, cultural context, final accuracy checks. A partnership model.
Platforms are also emerging for building AI document processing using open source models on cloud platforms like Amazon SageMaker.
Lowering the barrier again, making it easier for orgs to automate document analysis without massive upfront investment.
And SageMaker itself got performance boosts for running large models faster.
Essential for good user experience, reducing latency when using these big AI models.
Amazon Bedrock also rolled out prompt optimization. Companies like UN Group are using it.
Helping users write better prompts automatically. Prompt engineering is definitely a skill, so tools to help optimize are useful. Gets better results from the models.
And finally, for industry, location-aware agents are being developed using Bedrock agents and Foursquare APIs.
Making AI more contextually aware based on location. Opens up possibilities for personalized recommendations, navigation, things like that.
Okay, so wrapping up today's AI news whirlwind. We've hit on critical security and governance issues, a ton of new tech advancements, and really diverse applications popping up everywhere.
It's just relentless, isn't it?
Yeah.
The pace of change across all these areas presents huge opportunities, but also some serious challenges to navigate.
Absolutely. What we've covered today is really just a snapshot of this incredibly dynamic field. It keeps evolving week by week, sometimes day by day.
True. Staying plugged in is key to understanding this transformation.
So, on that note, maybe a final thought for you listening. With all this innovation happening, there's fast security, tech, applications, ethics. What stands out to you right now as the single most pressing challenge or perhaps the most exciting opportunity that AI presents?
Good question to ponder. Where do you see the biggest impact or the biggest hurdle?
Something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the latest AI news.